it just morphed into more and more and more. I wanted to learn more, do more, and then, hey, can you help me do this? Yeah, I can, but there's only so much time in the day. Oh, I'll give you $100. You're just constantly wheel placement. What are you doing? 100%. I know I could get over there easily. It's just, for me, is the time. But if they run that event and I get over there, I volunteer as tribute. The president of the #NoPortal Club.
The Outer Side is proudly supported by Tie Gear. Head to www.tiegear.com to explore the wide range of high-quality camping essentials, including guy ropes, screw-in tent pegs, tie-downs, and heaps more. Tie Gear. Adventure secured. Dog and Gun Coffee. Check out www.dogandguncoffee.com to grab yourself some bloody good coffee ready for adventure.
G'day and welcome to The Outer Side. I'm Tony, and in this episode I'm joined by Benji Saunders, the owner of Rampt Customs. Welcome to the show, mate.
Thanks for having me.
All right, before we get started, we're going to do the Fast Five. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you're going to answer with the first thing that comes to mind.
Oh, geez.
Now, this is an unusual one for you because you could just build it, but what is your dream car?
I can answer. So Range Rover, classic. I have mad soft spot for them. However, it would be cabin chassis left that's only Rover.
Yeah.
And
sick.
I've got this mad ambition of like a wild shop car with like LS, Auto, Atlas, rear steer, like literally just go to the engineer and be like, oi, let's push that line as tight and hard as we can.
A Range Rover Classic, so is that like a 3-door one or a 5-door
No,
one?
I like 4 doors.
Yeah.
4 doors. I kind of learned to drive in one, and the old boy, it's my old man's fault. Screw you, Dad.
Yeah. Mate, I know a few Land Rover enthusiasts, and it seems like some sort of an addiction. Once you start, you get on that slippery slope and then you're done for.
Yeah, they just leak too much.
Well, that's LS, right? All right, what is the first mod you would do to a stock 4-wheel drive?
That would depend on the car, what model. I think that heavily depends on the model.
All right, let's narrow it down.
Go for it.
Modern dual cab ute.
Towing upgrade.
Okay. What does that entail?
So like maybe some chassis bracing, some upgraded springs to handle with the weight, airbags if you're really kind of keen.
To stop the bananaing of...
Stop the bananaing, yeah. Handle the weights of towing, because obviously, as a big girl.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. No one's answered that question that way, but I think that's definitely a deficiency in them, right? Like people overload the crap out of
big time.
all the modern 4-wheel drives and old ones, but a lot of people don't quite consider what that's doing to the car.
Every single time we go away competing, I'm always kind of going, geez, I hope I'm not over the GCM kind of thing. So it's one of those things that I think it's a smart move.
100%. Good answer. Best wheeling location in Australia?
Oh, hands down, and I know a couple of my rock crawling buddies are going to love this one. There's some tracks out at back of Milbrodale that I haven't seen for a number of years, and I tell you what, I'm itching like a crackhead to get it back out there and get on those.
Private property?
Yeah, private property.
Yeah.
It is probably the most gnarliest rock crawling I've seen in Oz.
Yeah, okay. So like what are we talking, like gullies, creek runs, all that sort of stuff?
Creek runs mainly.
Yeah.
But you've probably got, like, once you get into the thick of it, there's at most maybe 10 minutes of flat dirt until you're not, like, the next obstacle. So you're just constantly wheel placement. What are you doing? Yeah, there's some stuff, like the very first climb, you take people out and like, my car won't do that. You're like, come on. And you watch them like pop up and they cover that realization of, whoa, I'm like, and you're hooked.
Yeah, you're done for. It's hard to explain that feeling to someone who hasn't experienced it themselves, right? Looking at it, and this happens to me pretty much every time I go wheeling because I'm not very good, but I look at things and go, there's no way I can drive up that. And then when the car pops up, you're like, oh my God.
Honestly, I think the car being more capable than the driver is a good thing.
Oh, that is 100% my motto. I'm like, I want the best possible car that I can afford because it'll make me look better and it'll make me safer.
Well, that's true. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and slower.
Slow
is good.
Slow is good. Rock crawling, mate. The most fun you can have at 0.2 kilometres an hour.
Yeah. Favourite band or music artist?
Parkway Drive.
Solid. I was listening to that on the way here.
Oh, my man.
On a very, very low quality stereo system.
Who cares? The rest of the car's cool as.
Yeah. What would you eat for your last meal?
Mexican.
Ooh.
Of any sort. I'm a very, very large lover of burritos or tacos, or I don't know. something about Mexican.
Solid.
Yeah.
I've been spending a bit of time in the States lately, and
I'm jealous.
The closer, the more south you go, the better the Mexican
is.
becomes. And it's like, I would say overall the food isn't great in the States, but the Mexican is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I just live on like
Apparently,
little soft tacos.
in Mexico is absolutely next level.
Yeah.
Like you'll never have that again. You'll just get depressed because it's like, it's not as good.
Yeah, but that's the problem, right? It's like going to Japan and then eating all of the amazing food in Japan, and then you come back here and no Japanese will ever stand up to the quality.
It's exactly the same, hey? Yeah.
It's like, it'll ruin you. And also you might get beheaded. That's the other problem with
Well,
Mexico.
also,
All right, mate. So how did this all begin for you? Like, you've been around the four-wheel drive scene for a long time now.
yeah. I was actually late last night. I have these late nights where the brain just doesn't want to shut off. And I was like, how long has it been? And I think I tracked it down to 2006.
Yeah, right.
I think. It started probably much like anyone else. You just get into wheeling.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my old man's fault for that one. I think I was 3, maybe 4 years old in a Sierra. I think, if memory serves me right, I think it actually had a 1.8 Corolla motor in it as well.
Sick.
And he's dropped the...
That would hammer.
Oh, Sierra, yeah. I'm going that way now. Yeah. He dropped the back left tyre into a hole and he's wait, just check if that tyre's still there. And he's just dumped the clutch and covered me with mud. Like, it's still there, Dad!
Yeah, you would have loved that as a little kid, right?
Yeah, I think that may have laid the seed through like the later years of high school. I wasn't really into wheeling at all, which surprised me. I'd done woodwork of all things.
Oh, really?
I was not interested in metalwork.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's because we were doing like blacksmith stuff.
Yeah.
Like blacksmith stuff now is cool as, but back then, maybe it was what we were making. I was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was in a band for a while, so music was pretty heavy in that, and that kind of split up. And I had a Daihatsu Rocky. Was my first four-wheel drive, and it just snowball effect. I can't say it any other way, just the snowball effect. So you got in the wheeling. I was a bowling alley mechanic at the time. So bowling alley tech,
That's
cool
pretty
job. And some of those machines are freaking wild, eh?
They're pretty technical, right?
Feel like a 1960s model, yeah.
Because I don't imagine that's something that has changed all that much.
No, God no. You get little things like upgraded components, but the general just mechanical, what they do, how they work, doesn't change.
It's pretty intense. I mean, I'll be honest, I've never thought deeply about this, but like, it's obviously got to feed the ball the whole way, like the whole length of the lane. Yeah, well, so there's like a big conveyor belt underneath there, or is it like a slippery dip?
Gravity, yeah, slippery dip.
Yeah,
slippery
right,
dip.
okay. But
Big
all the thing for the pins and all of that, that's all like...
More mechanical.
Yeah, it'd be like a little factory going on behind
Great big wheel, picks them all up, goes into I can't remember what it's called now, it's been so long.
Yeah.
Up a little conveyor belt, drops into again, I can't remember what it's called. That then releases down into, and it comes down, lays it down. It's literally all mechanical. There is bugger all.
So heaps of little
electricals.
linkages and
yeah,
right. So they would require ongoing maintenance, I imagine.
Cleaning was the biggest thing.
Really?
Yeah, cleaning, checking stuff. And it that's what I guess led into this because I was constantly, I like to think I got a good work ethic, at least when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I constantly kept finding like these broken parts. And I was like, if I could weld, I could fix that and get the lane back running. But
okay.
And I said to the old fella, he's now died. He's pretty much, I would call what's the word? Mentor.
Yep.
God rest his soul, but he was this old fella, he's a Christian fella, and kindest old dude you'll ever meet. And I said, Don, show me how to weld. If I'm no good, I won't touch it. But if I can make it work and put it back together, I think it's a good thing. He said, righto, the old like transformer style, old school stick welder, and started crap like anyone else.
Yep.
And just slowly morphed into, no one else is allowed to weld stuff except Benji because his stuff doesn't break.
Oh, good.
At that point in time is where the mods started happening with the cars. I met my old mate Jai, and that basically then turned into, I was actually talking to his old boy the other day. He goes, I remember showing up home, there's you and Jai, under Jai's Hilux, with a tarp over his because it was raining, cutting and grinding and banging and welding.
Like, won't let the weather stop you.
But we got stuff to do, guys, let's go. And that kind of, it just morphed into more and more and more. I wanted to learn more, do more, and then, hey, can you help me do this? Yeah, I can, but there's only so much time in the day. I'll give you $100. The ball keeps rolling down the hill, getting more and more snow. So fast forward, I'm going to say at least 2006, 2007 to now.
So it wasn't
Here
a
we are.
plan, it just kind of happened.
No. I think the misso at the time, where was I? I was in Nelson Bay area, like Port Stephens area, and she got a job offer in Foster. So I moved up there. We were there for 11 months. So I got a shared shed with a bunch of dudes, and I started like properly kind of doing work. It was on the side, but and she got promoted again to come back down to Newcastle. And I said, well, if we're doing this, I don't want to work again. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just need your help. She's like, how can I help? I said, well, if I'm going to cop it for this one. If I've got a couple of pairs of sliders sitting on the ground, like, you know, there's rent for the week, but they're not picked up yet. So like, I just need that covered kind of thing. She's like, yeah, no worries. And you know, that for whatever reason that kind of failed, but it just kept on snowballing from there. And I think timing was a big part of it. It was before the whole social media. How do I say this without saying keep it PG? How big's the phallus flowing around? And I just like cool stuff. I just like, how do I make that cooler?
What was driving it? Was it like wheeling, finding like deficiencies in the vehicle or breaking stuff and then working out how to fix it? Or were you just constantly tinkering anyway, trying to improve things?
Both. I think it was 06 or 07 was the first tough truck I went to, and I think that really just like, I wouldn't say up a gear, that put NOS and a turbocharger on at the same time. Like, what is this? And it kind of started this whole, you know, not being disrespectful, but there was the top 10 and there was the bottom 10. And every single year I'm like, you broke first course, so you're bottom, but they were always kind of like the same cars. And I was like, there's got to be more to it than driver. And I started noticing that, okay, that's that and this and that. And you know, stuff like suspension geometry and so, there is no book for. Like, I've scavenged the internet for, I don't know how long, I've lost hours for, but I was the dude, young and dumb. Like, I've got no issues saying it. $50 of washers as wheel spaces and wondering why the thing go up and down the road.
Well, man, some of my street cars were like full death traps.
We were talking about that before.
I won't pass any judgment on that.
But I think the biggest thing that started to really shine through was when I'd find information amongst a whole bunch of crap, and it would be like, you know, don't do this, don't do X because Y. Geez, don't I know that? I've already done that. So I guess what you'd say the correct way to do things or the better way to do things just made sense instantly. And it was never enough. Even now, I still more. What's better? How can we improve upon this? Where's the weak point? How can we make it lighter, stronger, sexier? I think it's just this constant wanting to produce the best possible thing I can.
That's a very, very good trait to have in your game.
I think so.
100% it is. Not like, it's good enough.
No, I get it all the time. I haven't had it for a while. You know, have you ever had a job that's left here and you're not happy with it? Yeah, every single one. Every single thing I've ever laid my finger on, I'm not happy with. Oh, why? Because that's not how you progress.
Because it could be better.
You figure out, okay, it could be 99%, but how do you make it 99.1%?
Do you know, I fully relate, man. The worst thing that you can possibly say to me ever is that something is fine. Someone goes, it's fine. And I'm like, no, it's not.
I can understand.
Fine is not okay.
I can understand it'll be fine.
No, that's different. That's different. But like if I go, I wish I'd done, you know, this instead, and they go, no, but what you do is fine. It's like, I'm not going for fine. I'm going for exceptional. And if I don't get exceptional, I'm going to try harder. I'm going to change. I'm going to do something. So like, if people didn't have that mindset, there'd be no progression, right?
You're going to reach a level, and that's as far as you go.
I
mean, and that's kind of how I try to say that. You know, got a couple of boys here now, and same deal. Like I'll teach you whatever you want to learn. You're keen, let's go. But I just got to see progression. And even, you know, we've got a new dude on. We're on the press brake, CNC press brake today, and he's like, "Oh, thanks for letting me learn this, man. This is really cool." I said, dude, like, it's one of those things. Like, this is now something you can do for us. And if you leave in 6 months, you've got CNC press brake experience on your resume. Like,
it's helping him and it's helping you.
Everybody wins. There's no doubt, other than the time to teach him, and maybe 1 or 2 jobs he stuffs up. But
but that's learning, right?
Gotcha. There's nothing wrong with it.
And I suppose it's like you were saying about your welding, right? Like, no one starts their first day on the welder and is amazing, right? Like, it's just not possible.
I've seen some people they pick it up quick. But I think the biggest thing is Matt. He's my brother-in-law, and I guess you call it, the one below me. And he was much the same. He could weld, but it looked like boogery poo.
Yeah.
And he was how I figured it out. One helmet, and I was like, oh, here, you put it on. I just welded blind. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's muscle memory, tennis, golf, rowing.
Just practicing.
Yeah,
over
if it's just a simple join, it's just like, yeah, it's not perfect, obviously, but it's a muscle memory thing.
Yeah.
And I've shown him how to get, and he dude, proud of him, stoked for him. He does some killer work here, and to the point where it's very hard to tell if it's mine or his now, and it's awesome. But you get him into positional welding where he hasn't had a lot, like this under a cage, and you can see where he struggles.
Yeah.
But he comes to me and goes, I want to do more of that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, it's the only way you get better, right?
Exactly.
Try, stuff it up.
Repeat.
Do it again.
Repeat.
Yeah. So your business, I mean, some of the stuff that's going on in here is absolutely wild. So you're doing a lot of like full-on custom fabrication work.
That's how it all started. I kind of had this knack of, I don't want to see the same thing. How can I make it look different? I like different.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me.
Yeah.
I like different. And I think that has just kind of, if you will, spread out between everything. Like I was saying to the boys the other week, I've kind of created my own monster. If I was to hire someone who doesn't produce a weld like Matt or I, what's that? That didn't come from Rampt.
Yeah.
And I kind of, as bad as it sounds, I want that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what a Lamborghini is. Everyone knows what a Unimog is. Like, yeah, Unimog built that. Like, I like the fact that most of the stuff we do, I know who built that.
Yeah, well, that's the sign of like a truly successful brand in a lot of respects, right?
I'd like to think.
That easily identifiable. Oh, we know who built that.
Yeah, and I think it's a sense of pride as well.
100%. And I think for what you're doing here, like it's obviously there's like a mechanical aspect to it in terms of like it has to work, but there's absolutely so much creativity in it.
Oh
right?
man, we touch so many different things here. Like you've obviously got, like as you said, the mechanical side of things. We don't do like I'm not interested in changing a CV.
Yes.
I'm not interested in swinging filters. Like we don't do any of that here. The only time we'll pull a diff apart is because we picked it up on a trailer and pulling it apart to shoehorn it into a Triton.
Yeah.
That's just, it's part of the parcel, part of the job, I guess. But yes, you've got the mechanical side. You need to be like, say for the buggies, you need to be considerate of plumbing, wiring, engineering. Like this is a general, I'm going to make this mount, put it there, and it's not going to come off.
Yes.
Or what is it attached to? Is it going to tear off that? Like.
Yeah. What are the flow-on effects that you're creating?
Exactly. I mean, we've essentially there's two sides to the business. We've got the online store.
Yep.
That's all of our products that we're trying to grow and push more. I'd like to try and get that as the basis and step away from the builds.
Yeah.
Not to be, I guess, disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, but it's very hard to get what builds are worth paid for.
Yep.
I mean, you can be that rude bugger and be like, I spent an hour, I don't care, you pay me an hour. But every now and then you have that, I've buggered up, I've made a mistake, or I really need it to look like this because this is going to be amazing, so you cop it on the chin. I'm a sucker for that. But it's, the builds of it, getting people to pay what things are worth. Amount of times like, I don't want to pay 20 grand, the car's only worth 10.
I've had this very I've had this very conversation on this show with other people about that
it's hard.
People don't want to pay what custom fabrication is worth, but they want the end result.
Yes.
Like it costs what it costs, right? Hours in the day. Yeah,
big time. And because you're dealing with such, I don't want to say high end. I don't like talking highly of myself. I probably need to learn.
Specialist,
yeah. But even like I said, I pick flaws in my work all the time. So I don't sit there and go, I'm Australia's best fabricator. Hell no, there's heaps cooler and better dudes out there. I like to think we can talk the talk, walk the walk.
Yeah.
But how was that? It's kind of, I don't know. It's very hard to, some dudes across the road, mechanics, general mechanics, top dudes. They know what's up. They know how to do their job. But I think we're on exactly the same hourly rate.
Really?
Yeah, because the money's just not in it.
Yeah.
I mean, every now and then you get some dudes that I don't care, make it happen, and you're like, yes, more of them. But I think in a way it does kind of help weed out the, you know, I get it, budget's the first killer of anything fun.
Yeah, yep.
It always will be. And obviously, again, not being disrespectful, but like, this costs like 20 grand a month in rent and wages alone.
Yes.
That's it, rent and wages.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm not making that and more, like, I'm not here.
It's not viable.
It's not viable. You can go broke sitting on the beach drinking some bourbon. Like,
Yeah, fully. And without all the stress. Of
without all
running
the
a
stress,
business.
yeah, gosh, yeah.
That's something interesting that you mentioned, right? Like the overhead.
Cool.
So going from being just a dude who wanted to build cool stuff and go wheeling and
Literally
working under a tarp in the rain
Yeah.
to then like, obviously you've progressed and it's become a business, but like, do you have any formal training in how to run a business, or like have you been to...
You're going to laugh, and everyone watching this is going to laugh. I went through year 12. Parents were basically like, if you don't go out and get an apprenticeship, like, go sit through. And I think I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And, you know, I chose my electives.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I've got to choose one more. Like, oh, I'll just do business studies now. That was my sleeping period.
Really?
I made zero effort.
True.
Yeah. One regret in my life.
See, that's interesting. Business studies was the only thing that interested me at school.
Yeah, right.
Like, I hated maths, I hated everything, but like business studies I found kind of interesting because it was real.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't know that because you were asleep.
I was very much asleep.
So have you just figured it out as you go?
Oh man, it's an absolute ongoing learning curve. Hey, this is what, 18 years. I'm still learning stuff. You still have stuff that pops up, and you're like, oh, okay, didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's one of those things. I build you a cool car, but I guarantee you that my accounts are not reconciled.
Yeah.
I've probably got overdue bills. I don't. The marketing thing, I think I figured that one out.
Yep.
I don't know if you follow us on Facebook.
I do,
yeah. Did you see the post I put up today?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a thing where I think a lot of small businesses need to start doing more. And like I'm a bit of a hard on the sleeve type dude. Like I do genuinely care. Like you see a message come through, like, hey, I'm still waiting on a reply. I'm like, oh, and like I take that on as I've let someone down.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. But exactly what that post said. At that point in time, I probably have 10 more other inquiries to reply to, 10 other jobs that need to be done. Like it's that juggling act of, I have 2 hands, 1 working eye, and 24 hours of the day. Come on, like, come on. I'm doing my absolute best.
Yeah, and that's the challenge for everyone, right? Like as from like that sole trader being the business, and then as it starts to grow, and then it's like the tipping point. It's like, oh, just employ a business manager. Cool, there you go. You've just doubled your overhead. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
one sound piece of advice I was told years ago was hold off employing anybody until you literally are feeling like your back is breaking from the weight.
Yeah.
That's when you can cut that weight, give it to him, and go, oh, but he's got essentially an employee. They need weight to bear because they need to do that job, and whether it's saving you money or creating you money. Yeah. They need that weight, and I held off as long as I could, and I think at the time, it was that little push I needed because I noticed growth, kind of thing. But yeah, at the moment, I think we've got a good group of dudes now. It's just making the poop flow through the pipe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
and I think like it's so much of it you can learn in a classroom if that's the way that you choose to learn.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me, but you can go and study the theory, but like the reality of running a business is far different, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like the people element is the great unknown, and that's the variable, right?
Big
like
time.
People are the hardest thing in any business.
Oh, people will out of the blue change their tone. They'll, from the get-go, they can just be, you're
difficult.
like, to tell you what, mate, if this is on the side of the street, I'd be using different words.
Yeah, definitely.
But in saying that too, I think what probably kept me afloat was this, I can survive off nothing and not care. I was very lucky in that I had, I started this with nothing, like literally nothing.
Yeah.
I still have freaking nothing.
You got some cool cars.
I got some cool cars.
You got this thing.
That thing, it's a labour of love, that. It's a love-hate relationship. I love it right now.
Yeah, that's every car, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it might get burnt, I don't know. But I think being able to get to that like nail biting, like oh no kind of moment, whether it be a job you've stuffed up and you need to cop on the chin, financial, whatever it might be, I can get there and I get anxious, I lose sleep, but I just go, at some point, I don't know, just something clicks and go, come on, you can do it. You've been here before.
Yeah.
And you just, grab yourself by the neck, back of the neck and keep going. I think being able to just kind of push through those situations is probably why I'm still here.
You have to be that, right? Like you have to do that.
And as soon as the kids come into the equation, everything changes. You have so much more drive. I need to do good and do better for them.
Tell me about it, man. That changed my entire perspective on life, having a kid.
Doesn't it?
You're like, oh yeah, things will be different, but then it's like nothing can prepare you for the change in mindset, right?
No, and it's almost like instant.
Yeah.
The moment you first hold them, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it gets real.
Very
But
quickly.
I think like for someone who, obviously you're very driven to begin with, but like I think when you have a kid, then that just magnifies that drive, right? You just want more, but not for yourself, but for them. And like, it fully changes your perspective.
And I'm like, I reckon every couple of months you hold like, okay, pros and cons. Are the pros really worth it? Like, nothing would excite me more. Just going, I better go home now.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. This won't happen if you do that, right? Like, this isn't a 9 to 5 job.
No, God no. It was a 14.5-hour day for me yesterday.
Yeah, good.
Like, not that I like it, and thank you very much, wifey, for letting me do what I'm going to do. But she also gets it. She knows that allowing me to do what I need to do only helps us because we need to live too.
Yep.
I mean, we don't have new cars. I don't have. Literally, that right there, it sounds bad. That right there is the only thing I give a crap about spending money on.
Yeah.
Like, I love a drink. But it's very rare that I go buy a drink.
Yeah.
I don't smoke, no drugs.
Yeah.
I'm always in trouble. Your clothes need to be new. It's okay.
Yeah, we'll get by.
Like,
oh man, I just bought a brand new car.
Dude, I love that car.
21 years old. Like, and you see people that are like, and look, each to their own. You do whatever makes you happy. But like people that are always like, I've got to have the newest car, or I've got to have like this like fancy house or whatever, and it's like, you don't need any of that, right?
No.
And like what you really need is you need like a happy, healthy family. And I think if you can work hard to provide that, then you're winning, right? All the other stuff is just unnecessary.
It's mum's birthday Monday, I think it is. She's 60, so we're shooting down. She lives in Tassie. We're shooting down to Tassie on Saturday. It's public holiday Monday, so I'm only technically having Tuesday off.
You're having one day off and naughty.
I can go, no, we can do it.
Yeah.
I think for me, that's the biggest pro I can't let go of.
Freedom, like flexibility.
Yeah, of just, I technically can do whatever I want to. Without, there's obviously consequences.
Yeah, of course.
And it's never the next day. It's like a month later, you're like,
Oh man, the discipline, like as much as it sucks having to be disciplined, it like saves you so much heartache in the long run, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, gotcha. I think the biggest thing for me is, and we just put a new dude on like a week ago today.
Yeah.
Top bloke, killing it. Right attitude, biggest thing, hey? Yeah. Right attitude. And I was saying to him, like, the whole idea is I want to try and get this product thing flowing without me, or at least less. I'm back.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about it later, but I've got some ambitions and goals.
Yeah, good.
But the ship sailing itself then enables me to go and do other things like I was talking about with product reviews and videos, and like I'd love to figure out a way to do more with this type of content with buggies. And I think the biggest thing that lacks in today's day and age with, let's call it like the influencer content style, and not being rude, is just info.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to talk about stuff I don't know, but I do know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've probably heard me on the microphone at events.
Yeah.
Like, I want to talk tech. Ask me a question. I love it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because the more info of the whole scene, the full driving scene in general, the more info you can put in the scene that is relevant and correct, it helps keep the dodgy out. And I'd like to think keeps people safer. Maybe it could even be something as simple as someone comes in the scene at whatever level, and they get fed poor info, and they just go, nah, I can't deal with it anymore. My car keeps breaking. I can't drive anything.
Well, it takes the fun out of it, right?
Yeah, and then we lose that person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that could have easily been avoided.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, for me, that's where I'd love to be able to get to with this, is sailing a bit more. I'm up in the corner playing with cool stuff.
Yeah.
And starting to put more towards that.
Yeah, and that's such a good attitude to have, because I think, like, we were talking about before we started filming, I think there's there's a minefield of information out there, right?
Yeah,
like
it's
if you're
flooded.
new to the four-wheel drive scene,
It's so flooded.
and like I still think I'm new, and I've been mucking around with these things for like a bit over 10 years, but I don't think I'm like an expert in anything. So my thirst for knowledge, like I just bought this Hilux, right? So I'm like, okay, I know nothing about them. Let's learn. And you start reading and it's like, there's 4 different people saying different things about the same topic. Like, which one is real? Now, I'm lucky in that I've got a great network of people who do know what they're talking about.
You can bounce
so
ideas
I can
and
just
questions off.
call them and go, hey, is this right? Or I call Jock the Hilux nerd and say, and then I get,
that's all right.
is this right? And then he gives me a very long-winded explanation about it. And I love it because I know that like he's made the mistakes. He knows
He's
the
been there,
car's
done that.
intimately right.
Yeah, and I think-
But how do you navigate that as someone new? And when you can just type into ChatGPT like
or
whatever,
Google or-
and it
yeah.
just spits you back this information. And it's like, how do you know if it's real or not?
That's right.
So I think
That's
people
right.
like you that have the experience and have the knowledge, if you're willing to share that, then that's fantastic. Right?
And we get it all the time. I reckon once a month we get someone ask a question, and we haven't done that before. So like, look, I want to answer it as best I can, or as Keelan wants to as best he can. But we make sure that like this is based off what we know, and what we know is not a lot on that topic.
Yeah.
And if we know someone who can answer it better, speak with those guys.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. But I mean, that whole mentality of what you were saying before, there's 4 different answers, which one's correct. A lot of these cars you can build many different ways. That's a given. You can take all of the factory components off and take all those factory components off that donor chassis and weld them on. Is it going to work? Yeah. Is it going to drive any good? Probably not.
Yeah, will it work well?
But it will work.
Yeah.
So I think the last like maybe 5 years, I've had this mentality of like, this is how we do it. This is why, and these are the results we've gotten because of it.
Yeah.
Not that person's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need for that, hey?
No,
There's
there
not.
absolutely isn't. You don't get any better. Your business doesn't perform any better, and you don't make more money by putting shit on other people. It's just that simple, right?
And there's a lot of stuff like that lovely Hilux of yours.
Yeah.
If you say, hey, Benj, let's sass it, put it on leafs.
No, we're not doing that.
No, we talk about that too.
We're not doing that.
We're not sassing it.
I've
but the
already
hype-
had that conversation once today at another shop about that shall remain nameless. Going, let's cut the front end out of it. It's like no.
But it's the hypothetical. If that was the conversation, then like no, what's the point?
I'd
There's
start
a
with
better
I'd
there's a
start
better
with
result.
A different car. Right?
Yeah, there's a better result. And if this was the same conversation about, I got a 2012 BT50, so it's old enough you can probably it's cut up, who cares? But it's still new enough to have all these features on it that make a solid axle swap on that car insanely difficult.
Yeah.
I tow that with it. No word of a lie, you could buy that the same price you could put a solid axle in that.
Really?
And you already own it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by it's not worth it can come across, I guess, arrogant, but it's because, at the end of the day, if you want it and you want it painted red, hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Can be red?
Yeah. What sort of red?
Yeah, hell yeah. But I think 99.9% of people, they're not prepared to spend that type of money on a car.
And what's the point?
And
'Cause
again,
you can get the same or better result by spending heaps less on a better starting point.
car,
Right?
yeah. And that whole mentality of Hilux, no, I'm not going to put a Hilux diff in it because the purchase price of 80 or GU different at that point, and you have a drastically better result.
Yeah.
So I think it's that whole this is how we do it and this is why. And we've also kind of gotten, I'm a bit of a stubborn person, I'll admit it, but I think some of that stubbornness has paid off with that mentality.
Yeah. No, this is the way we do it.
I just want to make sure people that I've been that person one too many times, with the grinder. How much did you pay for this again? Cutting it off, and it's just I don't want to see that.
Yeah, and I'd say just from an outsider's perspective, I know when I spend a bit of time on your website looking at all the little bits and bobs that
You've got some of
do.
our stuff, don't
I
you?
do have some
Yeah.
of your stuff on my car, and it's I sit there and look at all the different bits that you've got, and for an 80 series, you've got so many different components. But one thing that's a pet hate of mine, because I'm a marketing guy, so I write lots of content for products, right?
Yeah.
When you go on a website and there's no information about the product, it's this is a bracket to suit this car, and I'm like, so what? Whereas
know
on
what
your
you're getting at,
website,
yeah.
you actually write,
It's a
hey,
friggin' novel."
This is why we do it. This is what it does. It overcomes this. If you put this heim joint here, you're going to have this problem, and you're going to have to notch this. And it's I'm learning without even giving you any money.
Yeah, I love
So
teaching.
you're already doing it.
I love
right?
teaching, but it also, and this might sound like the simplest, craziest reason. I don't need to answer the phone or Keelan answer the phone and answer that question time and time again. It takes maybe 20 minutes to an hour to type up that product listing, and then all of your questions are answered in that product listing.
Dude, it's
Like,
it's so helpful. And like, as I said, I'm by no means a mechanic. I'm not an expert, but like I have a working understanding of the terminology,
You
right?
clearly have the ability to rub some brain cells together.
Yeah, so I can read.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but
I can read. But like being able to read the information there, and it's like, you're right, because I would have called you or Keelan or sent you a message and gone, hey, like if
How
I do
does this
this,
work?
is this going to cause me all these dramas? But
Yeah.
you've written that, and it's obviously based on experience.
And I get that not everybody understands that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you don't. Like, I knew nothing 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just an easy way to get that information across, and I think it also helps weed out, which we've had before, and I can't stop it. People copying stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to bother trying to stop it either, to be honest, because I think like our piano riser for the cruisers. If that person copying it can't tell you what it's doing, but I can tell you till the cows come home what's going to happen, kind of thing.
Oh, I've read that a number of times
Yeah,
now,
I
because I'm
think-
going to put one in my car. You've convinced me.
We can do it. I think that consumer would go, well, he knows what the hell's up. I'm going that way. And I think that's just putting it from a marketing perspective, I think that's how you win a sale.
100%.
I think anyway.
100%. We do it at GME all the time. Like I do like product tutorial videos, and it's great because people ask me a question. I'm like, just go watch a video. I've already explained this to you. Like, but not being rude, but like, I'll probably do like a bodgy job of explaining it now. But if you just go watch the video, you can watch it in your own time, and it will explain the answers to your questions.
Absolutely.
And people go, "Oh, this is amazing."
It's
Like,
just-
I'm
it's
literally just reading the manual to you, but but in layman's terms, right? And I think that's what you're able to do is take something really technical and then translate it into something that is digestible for someone who's not highly technical.
Pardon me, I definitely call myself as a talent on that one. A couple of years back, I fell into the commentary with the crawling thing.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best compliments I've ever had, and also just went, that is how I do this from now on. It was early days. I think it was actually the Eastern Creek round. It was the first time I was doing it there. And one of my very good mates, absolutely love this family, Matt Reitsma, his wife Jen, lovely person as well. She pulls me aside after the weekend and goes, I've learnt more in 3 days listening to you than I have following Matt around for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And I went, and I just had this moment of, that's how I do this.
Yeah.
Because people get hooked on it. Even if they go home going, I didn't know that. That's really cool. That's enough.
100%, bro. I've heard you on the mic a lot because I'm at that show every year, and like hearing you explaining the why is really important, because to someone who's into rock crawling, it's awesome.
Yeah.
To the general public, it's like, what is going on and why is it so slow?
The general public, this is the perfect analogy. It's like golf.
Yeah.
You get people that are in to go, oh my God, look at that shot that he shot with that wedge.
Yeah.
And then you got the rest of them that go, geez, that grass is really green.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's helping bridge the people that think the grass is green and go, oh wow, that's cool. I don't know, just to bridge that gap a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, the sport of rock crawling, I really think could have a hell of a lot more following. I mean, this Triton has a motor, gearbox, transfer case, and diffs and suspension. So does that buggy.
Yeah.
And that's where they had the early days, I guess, for me starting. Why can I drive stupid stuff in that and that can't? Well, there is some key features to why. The tyres are obviously one.
Yeah.
But
You can steer from the back.
that's another one. Yeah. We got some fruit in that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if you're into that, this is the same. It's in the same book. It's just a different page.
That's a really good point, and it's one that I think about a lot, because I know lots of people that are into crawling or off-road racing, winch trucks, trophy trucks, you name it.
It's all the same book.
But in Australia, we're limited by population, obviously, so it's not like the States where there's 300 million people, so everything is bigger,
2% of people into wheeling is a very different number.
It's a lot. But I'm a marketing guy, and I think that my first thing is I don't think it's marketed well in this country in terms of off-road racing and
I don't know how to do that. I mean, I have a lot of ambitions and goals I'd love to do to try and bring it into that general spotlight a lot more. My first two killers. As we said, budget's the first killer of fun.
Well, I was going to say, you
So it's
need
time
money, right? You
and
need
time.
money to make it happen, and you need the time.
Yeah, but I think there could be a lot, hey? There honestly could be a lot.
I was having a conversation with someone recently. I won't mention his name in case I get him in trouble, but we were talking about Fink,
Yep.
and like I've been to Fink. It's sick. It's such a cool
Yeah,
event,
I'm
right?
aiming to get there next year, actually.
Well, you should, because it's 50 years
I
next
know,
year.
I know.
I will definitely be there.
Yeah, my mate Cole just bought a big bus, and he's like, "We're all going. You get in the bus. I'll do all like."
Have you been there before?
No.
Oh, dude.
No.
Even if you don't care about off-road racing, which like I know you do, but
Oh, yeah.
even if you don't care about it, it's just such a sick vibe out there,
Yeah, cool.
and it's so. Like you're in the middle of the NT, you're on cattle stations, like
Yeah.
there's trophy trucks going past at 200 k's an hour. It's sick.
Yeah.
But we were talking about like what does it take to make that sport more popular in terms of like audience, right?
Yes.
Because the guys racing will keep doing it because they love it and they froth
absolutely.
it, and they'll
Absolutely.
keep spending stupid amounts of money just because they want to go
Yeah.
do it.
I'm trying
right?
to keep that racing door shut as long as I can.
Yeah, the faster you go, the faster your money declines.
We had an
right?
event I think it was two or 3 years ago that speed wasn't involved, but what they'd done is basically 10-minute DNF minus your modifications. So it was like our normal crawling point basis, but the last course, we're going to grace you with a minute. So you better finish your courses because what you finish with gets put on top.
Yeah,
and it was
right.
a 2-car event. I teamed up with arguably one of the top 2 drivers in Australia. So I had a really big learning weekend. And oh my God, I want to go racing.
Oh, yeah.
We were hooking, man. I remember Matt just running and he turns around. Oh, you've done that. Oh, you've done that. I'm chasing him down and he's like, I couldn't move away from you fast enough. And we actually lost time. We were moving that fast. So we can't give you more than 11 minutes. Sorry, guys, you lost 47 seconds, I think it was. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that door kind of like
Yeah, you're like
popped open a bit and I
through.
went, oh, because I'm no different than any other dude. Like, going fast is cool.
It's fun. Yeah.
But I've built cars before. I've been involved with it before. I know what's involved. I don't have the time. I don't have.
and,
no.
And the breakages.
Like
just
you, Sass, and the
magnified.
Hilux. No.
Yeah, man. Every time, like I was on the internet last night, and I'm like, it was late at night. I was editing. I was waiting for something to render on the
as you
computer, and I'm like, maximum power output from a 1K ZTE, and I'm like, you are an idiot. Put the phone down. Like just, and it wasn't like I'm not going to put stupid power in that. I've already got a car that makes stupid power and it breaks stuff all the time, so I'm not going to do that. But like, it's funny how you're right. The little door opens and you're like, I'm just gonna, and then all of a sudden it's all over. But I think the off-road racing, the crawling, like there's so much cool stuff.
Off-road motorsport. Full stop. Just
You-
off-road
you're
motorsport
right,
in general.
yeah.
Off-road motorsport.
Actually, you're 100% right. Even sprint cars.
Yeah.
Like you go to sprint car rounds, right? And the sprint
They're
car
cool
teams
as.
live for it, right? They spend bulk cash. There's like very little sponsorship. There's no prize money. All these events, people do it purely for the love of it. And that's great. But I think a little bit of a bigger audience means that it's more appealing to brands.
Yes.
Sponsorship increases.
Yes.
The whole sport lifts, right? And then it attracts more people, more investment, and then it just snowballs from there. And I look at things like V8 supercars, I think they're boring, right? It's
I can
the
appreciate
same
it.
thing. Yeah, I mean, I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah,
Now,
I grew up
I
watching
couldn't
it,
even
yeah.
tell you who's racing. But
in that exact topic, shining example of what you're referring to, the stadium trucks. When they come out and people going, what the hell is this? It's like landing like all the way over there and three-wheeling and people are losing their minds.
And in some respects, that's grown faster and has attracted more sponsorship and more eyeballs
Than the V8 supercars.
than the thing that it is supporting, right?
The only thing which I do understand why it was done this way though, for me, like there ain't another car out, well there is, but like that car is different than that car to that car. Like so our crawling scene, it's you build how you want, whereas V8 supercars, it's let's be honest,
Homologation. It's all like
I'm pretty sure
Harrop stuff, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure all the cages are built by the same company. I mean, I could be wrong.
Well,
I'm
they
not
are.
in
It's
the
like
scene.
same transaxles and all the same stuff because it's all what do they call it? Like the control parts.
Yes.
But maybe that's I don't know. Maybe that's part of the appeal of crawling. Like maybe that's how you build that scene. It's like it's not just about the physical driving element of it, but sharing that information about what goes into the cars. Why does that car perform differently?
And that's
to
I
that
think
one?
where I think like I will continue to do that. Like I went funny story. I went over to New Zealand a couple of months back. A good mate of mine, Caleb, says, what's it going to take to get you over here? And I was like, oh man, like, I've done this before. You know, I've been to an event to commentate and I'm like, I don't know a single soul here. And I said, mate, no loss, no gain.
Yeah.
You're not paying me a cent, but if I don't pay for anything, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I remember, how is this going to go down? New Zealand scene's way different to ours kind of thing as well. And as you said, like, that informational transfer, it took me about, I reckon, half a day to like just find my feet, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I just started feeding and this and this and that. And they had, there's a bloke over there, a mental blank of his name. I'm terrible with names, I'm sorry. You know who you're talking about, who you are. He had a crawler. It was actually from Australia. And he come out and done over the course. And I'm like, I've done my thing with the crawler, just talking about this and this and that. And a random dude pulled me aside from the crowd and went, where can I find more of that? I said, really? He goes, dude, I heard your voice change talking about that car. I was like, damn it, I was trying not to.
Yeah.
Like I knew I would. I was generally trying to not do that. Because I was like, I didn't want to, like, we're not here about the crawl, we're here about Ultra 4 race cars, you know?
Yeah. But then you can't hide that passion.
I can't hide the passion, but I think exactly what you're saying, like, the fact that I had so many people kind of like, dude, I learned so much from you on the weekend. It's so cool. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. And just getting people talking at a minimum is what can be done. But I just, I don't know. I think exactly right. Getting it in the spotlight more people involved, the right people is the hardest one.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, I mean, we just, at GME, we sponsor a bit of off-road stuff. We just sponsored Cliffhanger.
You too, yeah.
You know, we've sponsored that for a few years and I would love to have been there, but just family and everything else didn't work.
I was set to be there, being the last one. I was absolutely set to be there, but just business, life, it just wasn't going to happen. So,
And it's funny, because for a lot of people, they go, well, why does GME sponsor like Cliffhanger, or why do we sponsor?
I know why.
And it's not because we're like, all right, we want to sell radios to all these guys. Like, if we sell a radio to everyone in the field, cool. But that's not going to really move the dial in terms of our overall business performance. But what we're doing, and the reason why I sponsor that event and others, is because I love it and I believe in it and I want it to get bigger. I want to see it grow, right?
And that's the same with Chrome. We've got a couple of businesses that sponsor it. Yes, they might be competitors in there, but there's also people that have their business has absolutely nothing to do with the sport in any way, shape, or form. But this is cool. Yeah. I want to help it grow.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that. Look at V8 supercars, man. You see brands and you're like,
what affiliation do you have?
What is that? And then you look it up and you're like, okay, they sell like sliding doors. What? It's got nothing to do with motorsport whatsoever, but you know that like, somewhere in that business is someone who froths it, right? And it helps. Gotcha. And yes, they're getting that brand exposure and all that sort of stuff, but like ultimately it's driven by passion, right?
Again, off-road motorsport, full stop, is. Everyone is. I think trophy trucks would probably be the only one, I think, that have just kind of grown to that level where nobody cares. It's wild, eh?
It's unbelievable what people spend on those things.
And like I follow, like I've been following a lot of people for a long time kind of thing. There's that influence of stuff. And some of the stuff that Mason Motorsports are doing now, I'm like, I remember years ago going, how can we make a diff better? Worm drive. How do you make that work? And that was as far as my head went. Because I lay at night awake thinking, and I've got some wild ideas I'd love to try, but again, time, money. And when they brought out that dual thing, I'm just like, that is how you do that. That's absolute, oh my God.
So how much of what you do here, so obviously like you spend a lot of time around rock crawlers, so there's that influence back into, I don't want to say street cars, but like cars with bodies on them, shall we say. How much of that influence do you draw from things like trophy trucks and Ultra 4 cars? Like, are there similarities or is it?
Yes.
Is there a bit of crossover?
You have some suspension geometry differences. I mean, the easiest explanation is think like a drag car on the strip versus a mud truck. 3 to 1 go. Let's say both full length, all full length, right? 3 to 1 go. The drag car goes, takes off. The mud truck stands up, takes off.
Yes.
They're both falling apart, aren't they?
Yeah.
How the torque goes into the chassis, how the chassis responds to that torque. You also have how the chassis responds to gravity, or the mass responds to the gravity. Those two things are pretty much how you build a car to do what you want it to do. That's about it. But at the same time too, like there's stuff that I know engineers in Australia will just no, you can't do that. Flat out no. like GU diff, doing a high steer conversion, you weld the high steer onto the cast knuckle. Oh my God, an engineer is going to just absolutely minding, you can't do that. But I've watched people plow into stumps and spin the car around, and it's perfectly fine. Look, anything can break.
Yeah.
But I think exactly what you're getting at is I do draw a lot of influence between all because you're stupid not to. What works for that. Can that be applied there?
Yeah, and I suppose like your example just then, which is great, is like, the different behaviours of a forelink. With a crawler, sometimes you want it to squat, sometimes you want it to stand up, depending on what you're doing, right?
That's actually, yes, short answer, yes. Longer answer, you can manipulate between front and rear.
Yeah.
So on these things, we want the front end to basically pull down, i.e. get up on top of that and pull yourself up.
Yep.
And you want the rear to kind of push the bum up.
Yeah, right.
But you can, on most crawlers that are, I don't want to sound rude, decently built.
Yep.
You've got the ability to drive on just the front or just the rear end.
Yep.
So exactly what I was saying, if the front pulls down, you can settle a car by just doing nothing else except putting drive on the front and apply a bit of throttle.
Yeah, right, and it'll just pull down.
It'll settle itself down. Sometimes you might want to steer into that rock a little bit or kind of grab, and you'll go from, oh, this ain't good, to, okay, we're better. In 2 seconds flat with...
So what is it that's doing that? Is that like a transfer case related thing that you can switch between drives?
The drives, in my particular vehicle and most cars, you're going to have there's multiple different options, but it's either... So mine runs an Atlas transfer.
Yep.
I've got 2 sticks which control high and low range. Yep. One stick obviously is the front output, one is the rear output. To get to low range, you need a neutral, or from high to low. So literally all I'm doing is just putting one end in neutral and it no longer spins.
Yeah, right.
That's it. Dana 300s, they come out of like old school like Dodge trucks. They can do the same thing. They're bog stock case.
Yeah, really?
But they're wee whittle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Good strong case, don't get me wrong. If you're running like a Hilux transfer or a Sierra transfer, you can get them. I think it's Trail Tough or Trail something. They do an external disconnect that is very much the same of like popping your gearbox into neutral.
Yeah, right.
Except it's just this, 2 cogs and a synchro. You can lever actuate it, or you can air ram it. I like lever because if you pull and that lever goes there, one of 2 things has gone wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, double happened. You're either disconnected or you've broken the lever.
Yeah. It's no longer connected.
There's either, because like air ram stuff sometimes can like, you put it simple, you have a cog and a cog and it's, I'm really bound. Just because you flick the switch on the air ram doesn't necessarily mean it's disengaged. So with the lever, that's what I mean by like, it's either disconnected or you've broken a lever.
Well, it's the same with like a locker, right? Like you switch your locker off and it's bound up as all buggery and you're like, how come I can't steer? And it's like,
back
you
up
just
a little
got to
bit.
give it a little bit of a bounce.
And much the same with those things. Sometimes you do need to unbind them. And then you can go real wild, and that I guess external disconnect system you can buy for the Hilux and Sierras, you can make that.
Oh, right.
So exactly the same concept. You just get some gearbox parts, weld a cog to the back of the flange, do some machinery stuff, another output flange, you machining, weldy, and...
You make it sound so simple.
Look, in hindsight it is.
Yeah, once you know how to do it, right?
Once you've done it once, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's for anyone looking out there that actually is looking at building buggies, like, oh, that's a lot of money to spend just to be able to do a front dig on flat ground. Oh, no, my friend. No. That's just a bonus.
So when you talk crawlers, like there are different classes within rock crawling, correct?
Yes, correct.
So something like this behind us, so for anyone who's listening on audio only, I apologise, but something like this is extreme, right? Is this...
Believe it or not, and this might sound stupid, so I absolutely froth. You tell me, oh no, I've never seen anyone drive that. I'm like, get out of my way, I need to have a go.
Yeah.
And I do actually hold a couple of, not onlys, but like a handful. I'm in a couple of clubs.
Yep.
And I'm very proud of that. But this car was more built for like just go trail wheeling.
Yeah, really.
And beat on it. So I compete in unlimited class, so top class.
Yep.
And it's normally the heaviest, closest to widest car there, which is not helpful in that class at all.
You want to be small and light.
You want to be small, light, fit between the cones, the obstacles, etc., etc. So the car's way more suited to modified class, which is your middle class. But I don't know, No thanks.
You like the challenge?
I like the challenge, and look, we've got some trophies.
Yeah.
We've driven some cool lines. It holds its own. The biggest thing we're going to fight with, and as you said before, those are listening to audio can't see this. That diff, even on 42-inch tyres, hangs really low.
Yeah, that's a big old pumpkin right there. Isn't it?
So yeah, the car doesn't have portals, and it's the president of the hashtag No Portal Club. A fun little inside joke, but yeah, we fight at Eastern Creek where portals aren't that much of an advantage. At Rock Boss down at Molong, where it's literally just boulder city.
Yeah.
Oh man,
You get hung up on the diff all the time.
We work ridiculously hard to get to do as well as we do. I don't know, as you said, I just can't stray away from the challenge. I mean, ultimately, I was always going to build something more suited.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I bought this car as a running, driving pile of parts, I knew always what was going to happen, kind of thing. Wrong part. Best way to say it, wrong parts to start with if you want to just dominate the crawling scene.
Yeah.
Or step down a class.
Yeah.
I ain't no sandbagger.
But where's the fun in that? Isn't that like part of what appeals about wheeling at its base level though? Like sending cars places that they shouldn't go?
Challenging yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole idea, you start with a stock vehicle and you start to outdrive the vehicle. So then you put a lift in it. And all of a sudden that boundary line is further out.
Yeah.
So then your skill set, if you will, matches the boundary line.
Yeah.
Repeat until you're
Yeah.
next level.
Well, that's about as extreme as you can get in my book. But now I'm at the point where my car far outpaces me in terms of capability, which I think is great.
It's not a bad thing at all, man.
But it's still like it shouldn't go up there, but it probably will.
And then you take that mentality of like, oh, whoa, you know, I don't know if I'll make that.
Yeah.
And it drives it easily. And you can't shut up about that climb for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know another sport that does that.
Nah.
Look, there probably is, but...
Yeah, it's like base jumping, but the consequences if you get it wrong are quite severe in base jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, in today's day and age, I say it all the time, the safety aspects, like we have rules and regs we have to abide by, or you're not competing. I mean, if you're just social wheeling, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, you're probably dumb if you do it like that. You probably want to do it like this kind of thing. And I'm not saying that because you're an idiot. I just want to make sure that you are alive when you go donk, 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 donk down the hill.
Yeah.
But in today's day and age, the absolute worst you can do, unless it's like a proper freak accident, which
Happens, yeah.
well, if it's just a massive, massive roll, the absolute worst you can do is break your back. Now, that sounds
That's
bad.
pretty bad, yeah.
It's pretty bad, but...
Better than death.
Man, I'm safer in that, taking dumb lines I shouldn't probably be doing, than I am on the way home from here tonight.
100%, yeah. So this is like a sanctioned sport in terms of like you've got safety.
Yes.
So who's running it? Like, is it
The safeties aspects about
the
it?
sanctioning body?
Cross Country Driving Association of Australia, or CCDA for short.
Yeah, okay. And then so they have their own safety standards for like cages and all that sort of stuff.
So they were more so winch truck
okay.
dudes, and I actually should know this, and I'm having a mental blank of what insurance or who was beforehand, but Ultimate Rock Calling, which is the event, I think they lost it or they chose to step away. I don't 100% know the story, and I hope I didn't speak illy there, but they went to CCDA and went, "Oi, like we want in." Jimbo Hill, pretty sure you know that name. Apparently they were like, "Yep, let's figure this out."
Yep.
Because the hardest part, as we were saying before, this ain't a patrol. So, like, well, it's loosely based on a TJ Jeep.
Sure it is.
It's got TJ rails.
Yeah.
Which is now the exhaust.
That's like Dave's patrol.
It identifies as a patrol.
That is not any longer a patrol, but sure.
Yeah. But I mean, some of these buggies that are getting built are like, say a single seater.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you apply a standard to a car that doesn't actually exist?
That's right. Yeah. So I was stoked to hear when the CCDA boys pretty much went, well, let's figure this out and create. They actually created rock crawler class.
Yeah, right.
In CCDA as an actual class. So any CCDA sanctioned event that allows the crawler class to compete, come on down, guys. Whatever it is.
That's the best.
I was unreal. When they'd done that, I was like, yes. I was actually generally a little bit scared at one point because I know they were having some issues. But we're now scot-free. We can run however many events we want a year. No additional costing. We're all good. We've got a handful of scrutineers or cage inspectors, I guess.
Yep.
I'd like to think I have I don't have a seat and a table, but I'm in the room, I guess, with the UIC. So like anyone can reach out to ask a tech question, a compliance question, and I can answer it. If I can't, it's more of like a look. I'm not going to have a problem with it. I'm confident you're not going to have a problem with it, but ask him because he's the man who signs it at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. I do not want to be held responsible if something goes wrong.
Oh, not that. I can't. There's talk about me being a CCDA inspector, which I absolutely would be happy to do, but I can't sign off on it.
Yes, okay, I understand.
Yeah, but I guess it's one of those, I've had my opinion on it.
Yeah.
That passes to blah, blah, blah.
To the best of my knowledge, that is fine, but I'm not going to be the one that puts my name on it. Yeah.
I can't. That's the thing, I can't. But they know me, and if I said it's good, they're probably going to say, if Benji said it's fine, I'll believe on it.
So for something in the unlimited class like this,
Yep.
So obviously cage is ultimately important, because that's the thing that's going to stop you from getting squashed. What else is there, like fire suppression systems? Is there?
Believe it or not, no.
Not
the fire suppression. I mean, it's if you want to do it, go for gold.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone stop you. But it's cage, harnesses, obviously. I believe Legends class, which we sponsor Legends class. You are allowed a 4-point harness.
Yep.
Well, the other 2 classes must be 5.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. Window nets given. Helmet, fire suit. Single layer fire suit's fine. After that, it's obviously like the cage needs to be right tube, right design, the right bracing, blah, blah, blah. Kill switch, so turn everything off, and a pair of fire extinguishers.
Yeah, really?
And that's about it. But I mean, if you showed up and it's pissing oil out.
Yeah, of course.
And, there's that.
The scrutiny is a little bit like, hey,
Yeah, there's that aspect too. And the other one is rollovers. So if the cage has had, say at an event, we had it at Eastern Creek, Daniel and Brandon and D&B. Oh, this was wild, bro. On one wheel. There's a video getting around, and I don't think James has posted on the UIC page, so I will post it tonight purely for this.
Good.
He's popping up in a hole, in short version, one wheel in it, and then landed the hole upside down. And I was like, what just happened? The A-pillar, he crushed it, absolutely bent it. Like, it took a hit. And
that was a big off.
That was a big off. He got out perfectly. He was shaking. I actually helped him get out of the car, and you could see the adrenaline. But he wasn't hurt. I was like, are you okay? He's like, man, I'm fine. I just, like that.
Yeah, because it was a mega hit.
Oh, it's crazy. But they pretty much said okay, cage is out, so you can call it. But if we do this, and this, you can keep running. We're doing this, and this then, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because Daniel and Brendan are not people to throw the towel in.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
It depends on the scenario. I've seen people, their weekend's been ruined from damage.
Yeah, okay.
And that, stand on a Coke can and flick it. Whilst it's structurally sound, but the moment you flick it...
that's it.
It's same analogy, so that...
And ultimately, it's for safety reasons. It's not for any other reason.
It all comes down, no matter what you do, it's always a liability thing.
Yeah.
If the cage is compromised and they let you run and something goes wrong...
They're liable, their insurance is smoked,
I
it's
don't
all
need
over.
to say any more, do I?
Yeah,
That's right.
It's all over.
And it's, they're not out to ruin your day.
Does anyone run Hans devices or not? Because it's slow.
No, that's right, it's slow.
Yeah. The Hans device is more to stop the whiplash thing, right?
Yeah.
Stop
There's
your
a
head
couple of
popping
dudes
off.
I've seen having a donut.
Yeah, okay.
Oops, sorry, that was a microphone.
That's all right.
I get that all the time, like Hans devices, neck stuff. I'm like, yeah, but the only time you have that whiplash effect is when you drop off something and then land on it.
Yeah, but there's not enough force because you're not going that fast, right? I think my understanding of a Hans device is to stop your head coming off.
Pretty much, yeah. There's a video
just to stop that.
There's a video getting around. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember where it is, but it is getting around on the internet where you've got a pair of rally car, and I don't remember who. I think it was the passenger, the navvy, had the Hans, and the driver had the donut.
Yeah.
And they slowed it down, and it was like, bro, human neck shouldn't bend that far.
That thing saves people's lives.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no doubt about it. In high-speed motorsport, right?
Yeah, anybody looking at getting into high speed, honestly, don't look like a
Who
Idiot.
cares?
I was about to
Yeah,
say
who
the wrong
cares?
word then.
Well restrained.
Well restrained.
But now I think it's pretty much mandatory in most motorsport.
To my
right?
understanding, yeah. And you're dumb not to.
Yeah.
You're dumb not to.
Yeah. It's like at a base level, it's like, a little kid riding a bike without a helmet. It's like, I don't want to look like a nerd with a helmet on. It's like, yeah, but if you fall off and smack your head on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it before. The older you get, the more you notice things.
Yeah. Yeah. The more you start, like, maturity. I don't know if it's maturity, but it's just like, maybe it's wisdom.
No, it's wisdom. 100% it's wisdom.
Wisdom.
100% it's wisdom.
Yeah, experience-based wisdom.
Absolutely.
It's like, I've smacked my head on enough things to know that like a helmet's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and I've got to go to work on Monday.
Yeah. So a car like this, like where do you, I mean, you said that this is loosely based on a Jeep.
Yeah. Where do you
Are
start?
all of the crawlers at some point, do they start life as a vehicle or are there some that are fully ground up custom built?
Some do. So that content idea I was talking about before is one I'd love to do like a full breakdown video on this. So a lot of people don't know that, and if you've been following the scene for a while, we remember the ABT fire truck. It's a red TJ Jeep. Matt Bassani is the fellow who used to drive it. That's that car.
Yeah, right.
I know, I was asking you before, just in case you knew it.
Yeah, no.
And
that predates my entry to this weird and wonderful world.
And I tell people that now, they're just like, what? That's that car. It's the same freaking steering wheel that I bought the car with.
Yeah.
So I bought it as a running driving pile of parts. Yeah. I spent, I don't know how long building everyone else's cars, repairing them, modifying them. I never had the time or money to get my own. And I always get a little teary when this comes up, damn it. So it was actually wifey.
Yeah.
I was laying in bed at one night. God, wow, that's a lot of parts for the price. Just, you speak to your wife about stuff and she's like, oh, is it any good? I'm like, oh, it's pretty damn old, but like there's so much parts. The next day, she goes, Nan's, her grandpa, her Nan is, and mum, call him up, make an offer.
Wow.
What? So yeah, I finally was able to cross that bridge to my own car. Hence why that's never leaving my side.
Yeah, so that's more than a pile of parts now.
Oh man, yeah. 13-year wait to drive tough truck, so.
That's so beautiful, man.
Loved it.
I love it. Nah, good on you, man. And like, it just gives it all meaning, right?
Big time.
It gives it all meaning.
Big time.
It's like, you can tell from talking to you, like, these are more than just cars,
Oh
right?
man, like there's Trail Hero happening right now over in Utah in the States. And I'm trying very hard to not scroll through socials because like,
So that's a crawler event over there, is it?
Yeah, wild event, hey. Like King of the Hammers is amazing. I'm wearing a Hammers hat.
Yeah.
I would love to get over there. But yeah, it's a hard one. I'm probably going to cop some slack this one, but if I had to choose one or the other, I reckon I'd have to do Trail Hero. Just
That's fine. That's your wheelhouse, right?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Hammers.
Yeah. Even just watching the live stream of Hammers is pretty
every
sick.
year.
Yeah.
Remind wifey. Yeah, I'm going to be up really early this weekend.
Yeah. And that's a prime example of what we're talking about before, right? Just the live stream coverage makes it, like, I watch it. And I'm not like an Ultra 4 guy, I don't follow it, but like...
You're interested in it.
I'm interested in it and I'll watch it because it's being streamed.
Have the phone plonked somewhere on live feed with earpods in.
Yeah.
And I'm not even looking, I'm just listening.
And Cliffhanger was another one, like, I think it was Moscow Off-Road, had his like
Yeah,
little
the
Starlink
Starlink on the backpack, that was gold.
I saw that photo, I was like, that is, because I was watching, I'm like, how the hell are they streaming this? Because there's no budget for it, right?
No.
And then I saw him with the backpack with the Starlink, I'm like,
Brilliant.
that's gangster. And
That's brilliant.
I was sitting at work in the office and I've got multiple screens and one of them just had Cliffhanger running.
Yeah,
and it was cool, man. Like just hearing what's going on and then go, yeah,
I
man,
actually,
all right, back to what I'm doing.
I don't know how that slipped under my radar, but I didn't actually know they were live streaming it. So I'm actually a bit bummed I missed that.
I just saw it on Facebook, something about a live stream, and I was like, sick. And then I started watching it. It was really cool, and it's like, it's nowhere near the same as being there, but at least you can you can be part of it, right?
Yes.
And it's the same with Hammers, and I think with things like this, if there's good coverage of it, good media, and good commentary, that's another major facet of it.
Hammers,
then it grows.
Hammers this year, I always get my years mixed up. Hammers this year, they done I think Hans, I can't remember blank of his name, starts with S, his last name. He runs X Rock Extreme, I think it is. I think he's based in the East. And he brought, I think they called it Gold Rush. I watched the whole live stream. This is amazing. and it was hard because they didn't have the Starlink on the back. The Starlink was, up on that rock, and old mate that was holding the phone doing. He's clearly, no disrespect to the dude, he was clearly not someone who does commentary well. He was talking about it, but I was like, bro, get me near that gate. What are they? I want to see more.
Yeah.
But he was also running the recovery.
Oh, right.
So almost every car was, can you hold this?
Yeah.
And I still might do it. If they run that event, I'm half tempted to actually message Hans and say, if I get over there, which I'm fingers crossed I can manage to get my butt over there for the first time next year.
For hammers or for the...
Hammers.
Well, I know some people that are involved in that, so we could probably organise it.
So do I.
Ben, you know Ben Napier, right?
Very well.
Yeah. So I'm sure Ben could pull some strings over there. I mean, he's the race director, so,
Well, one of my best mates, Caleb,
Yeah.
was the race director this year
there you
too.
go.
So 100%, I know I could get over there easily. It just for me is the time. But if they run that event and I get over there, I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, you
And
should, man.
I would absolutely love to see Dave Cole. He jumped in his bomber and drove it, which was badass, mind you.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a little bit more, not to be condescending, but more support for that event, or at least something like that at Hammers, because Hammers started from rock crawlers.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was literally case of beer.
It just got faster, right?
Yeah, it was literally case of beer. We're going to go there, then the first one back, he gets the beer. That's literally how Hammers started, in case you didn't know. Yeah. Well, you know, but...
Yeah. No, but for the listeners, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, the concept of that event is so sick, right? And I love the fact that it started as a group of mates just frothing it, and it's grown into something that's now internationally recognised.
And you've been a marketing dude. I don't know if you know this, in case you didn't, and those at home as well. They run the first event, you're not allowed to come. And they just made it a thing. It was literally like a toddler. No.
You can't come.
You can't come. So then naturally the following year was screw you, I'm coming.
Yeah.
So they flipped the switch.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
For anyone that wants to know more about this, check out the episode I shot with Ben Napier. It was about a year ago now, but
I didn't know he was on the show. I better go check it out myself.
Yeah, Ben told the whole story about how he went over there and just fell in love with it and was like, I must be part of this, and basically just inserted himself into it, and the evolution of his story.
He does an exceptionally good job over there when he's doing his job.
Yes.
So hats off to the bloke. You're literally flying across the world to the other side of the world and running the largest off-road, well, maybe not large, Baja's, maybe.
But different.
One day, one weekend, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
it's
and
wild.
he's such an unassuming bloke. That's what I love about Ben. He's just he's just oh yeah, he just says stuff matter-of-factly. I'm like, no, you're a bit of a G. What you do is pretty cool. And I love the fact that Aussies are so heavily involved in that, right? It's such an American thing, but they still, I reckon, on a global scale, we punch above our weight in terms of off-road stuff, right? Just in general.
I reckon this could be a whole different podcast, to be honest. But I reckon the Australian scene does not get the credit it deserves in terms of innovation. I mean, we lack I wouldn't say we lack the terrain, we lack the access to the terrain.
Yes.
Like I said, the tracks at Milberdale, I can't tell you where they are. But if you come with me in the car, you're coming with me in the car. I don't want to sound secret.
No, but it's the way it has to be, right?
Unfortunately, they're 100% right. But some of the innovation stuff, like Glenn Dobbin, you know that name, Dobbin Engineering. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he's definitely someone I aspire to be, because he just hey, I'm gonna do that. But he had the knowledge, the experience, the machinery, and the foresight to do it. And I'm for those that don't know, I'm going to take an LS1 motor, right? I'm going to sit in this single seat buggy, and I'm going to put the motor behind me, and then I'm going to drive the auto with a Gilmore drive belt that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? The drive does that?
Yeah, it's just not normal, right?
No.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, those Dobbin buggies, when he passed before they could be refined, because something that wild is going to have gremlins.
Yeah.
But we don't get the recognition we deserve, I believe, for some of the stuff we've done years, and in some cases decades before the dudes in the States.
Yeah, well, it's something that I've been it's becoming more apparent to me, even just and I'm not talking about hardcore off-roading by any means, but just in I overlanding scene over there, like what we'd call four-wheel drive
Such
touring.
an American term, isn't it?
Overlanding, dude.
Overlanding.
And it's funny,
You
'cause
mean-
you ask them what overlanding is, and they're like, well, you guys invented it. And you're like, what?
Well, we kind of did.
But
Yeah, we did.
legitimately. And then, you know, they look to us as like the leaders in four-wheel drive touring, accessories, modifications, vehicle setups, you name it.
I think that's our terrain speaking.
Yeah.
I'm going to go drive across the Simpson. Well,
Yeah.
you can't do that in a day, can you?
No, and for those guys, like in the States, it's like you're never more than 200 miles from a gas station.
Yeah,
So
that's a valid point.
when you talk to them about the Simo, and I was just talking, you know, doing radio talks over there and explaining how we've developed these products and then giving them insight into the Simpson Desert, and they're like, sorry, you're 3 days from the nearest town? And I'm like, yeah, like if you don't break anything and if the weather doesn't turn and, you know, like, so yeah, it's pretty remote. Whereas in the US, they have remote areas, but they're not far away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There's that population thing, because we're landmass only like a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
aren't
and
we?
they've got more than 10 times the number of people. So
people,
there's a lot of people there. But I think you're right. Like Australia, in a lot of things, not just off-road, man. Like for a small country, we do it right.
I've got this 3/4 drawn in CAD.
Really?
I don't know if Australian stands ready for it. But if I can figure out finance,
I guess it's like the scalability is the hardest thing in Australia, right?
Oh,
like,
yes.
So yeah, and I mean scalability in terms of what's it going to cost to build the plans in a kit form, and then how many do you need to sell to make that viable?
Yeah, and that's where like that whole just, you know, spending an hour at night time on the laptop in bed, and then a little bit here, a little bit there, and slowly working onto it. I think for me the biggest thing, I reckon it's staring us in the face. It's getting harder and harder to modify your car and keep it on the road.
100%.
So like, my only legal obligation with that is rego, which is $225 a year. If you don't want to compete, that's your only like financial obligation other than putting fuel in it and fixing it when it breaks.
Yeah.
And you're, it's no rego, I can't go drive the loop. I don't want to sound rude here, but that's boring. The car is so much more evolved and capable than driving loop. We get out and we have some fun in some areas, look, we probably shouldn't be in.
Yeah.
But you know, like that excuse is not an excuse in my opinion, because you're not going to that area anymore. 4-drive parks, private property, competitions, all the UIC boys, like I'm waiting to hear the social dates for the Christmas weekend. Last year I was just, you know, business and life. I think it was work the Friday, loaded the car, shot off by myself, 1:30 in the morning Friday night. There was everyone else was in camp, asleep. Me, rocks, that car. That's better.
Yeah. And look, man, what you just said then, I think we've talked about it on this show quite a lot. It's public land access, something very close to my heart.
Yeah,
we're losing.
Hats off to you
man.
with what you have been doing. I think
just having a crack.
I kind of knew you, but I didn't know the outer side.
Yeah.
And I stumbled onto, that was how I found the outer side. I'm like, what? And I just went, I mean, I put this out there for everyone else as well. I just went, need to like. And like every post was like. That cost me nothing to do that.
But it helped.
Spread
that message.
Exactly. I think I shared maybe a couple with
1.5 million people saw that video because of people like you sharing and getting the word out. Now, whether or not anything changes because of that remains to be seen. There is an inquiry ongoing. But the point is, it got people talking about it and it got people thinking about it. But the writing is on the wall for public land access for vehicles in this country, unfortunately.
Yes.
It's going to happen. We're going to lose access. We're going to continue to lose access, rather.
Yeah, I was about to say,
and then
you mean more.
On the road, you've got increased pressure from transport, police, etc. The future of off-roading, whether it's rock crawling, whether it's social wheeling, whatever, I think, unfortunately,
It's something on the trailer.
Is something on the trailer.
Yeah, and
because for me, I go, if I can't drive it on the street, and I can't drive it on public land, what's the point in having a registered, highly modified vehicle?
Yeah.
Like, there's no point.
No, you're paying...
Crawlers, be it a side-by-side, be it a crawler, be it an Ultra 4 Cup, whatever it may be, whatever the form takes, I think it makes a lot of sense, right?
And I think a lot of people overlook the fact of, you know, other than
Everything's just turning off on us, eh?
Other than the fact of rego, like rego's a cost, insurances, like my old man's in losses has been for decades. I know how very easy. An insurance company can write a car off because they just go, too hard basket.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm talking like water, like it's just scenario specific kind of thing. And they'll just go, too hard. So all that money you just spent on that, gone.
Yeah.
Put that on its lid, laugh,
Yeah.
put it back on its wheels,
Yeah.
and have another go.
And if your business is soft or, you know, you need to focus your money on other things, you just park it in the shed and it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
It's not like a road car.
That's right.
Well, mate, I've really enjoyed this chat, but the fact that everything is turning off progressively on us, so for anyone that's watching at home, you'll notice things are chopping and changing here. It's because the camera turned off, the lights are turning off, so it's probably a sign. But, mate, I would absolutely love to have you back on. I think
anytime.
we
You're more
only
than
just
welcome.
scratched the surface of...
Yeah, we really did.
Yeah.
we really did.
Yeah. So,
Oh, it's
yeah,
back
the light's
on!
back on.
Hooray!
The light's like, no, keep talking,
Keep
boys.
talking.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, light?
Yeah, but mate, I think next time we do one of these, we'll have to be somewhere that has a lot of rocks and
All for it.
And
I'm the type of person too, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, get in.
yeah, oh mate.
As in, I know you're driving. I'm like,
Oh god. Oh, the light's off again.
It doesn't like that. I do.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, we've seen what could happen. Mate, I'd love to. It'd be fantastic.
Like, mate, I wish everyone could just form an orderly line and wait your turn. I'm that type of person, but unfortunately, I don't think there's enough fuel in the freaking
Yeah. Too good, man. Well, thanks again, Benji. Really appreciate it, man. And we'll see all of you guys next time on the outer side. And I will probably find some bigger batteries for my lights.